In the early 1990s, Qatar Airways was almost invisible. It had old planes, very few routes, and no global reputation. Most travelers had never even heard its name. Inside the aviation industry, many experts believed this airline would not survive. Losses were growing, management was weak, and the future looked uncertain. Some people openly said Qatar Airways was a failed idea, but today, this same airline is called the world's No.1 Airline. It beats giants like Emirates, Singapore Airlines, and British Airways. It wins awards year after year. So how did an airline that almost disappeared rise to the very top of global aviation? Qatar Airways was founded in 1993. In its early years, nothing about it was impressive. Flights were limited, service was average, and money was tight. By the mid-1990s, the airline was close to shutting down. Then, in 1997, everything changed. The Qatari government made a bold move. They shut the airline down and restarted it from zero. New leadership was appointed and a clear vision was set. The goal was not to become the biggest airline. The goal was simple but dangerous: to become the best airline in the world, instead of copying others blindly. Qatar Airways focused on smart planning. Doha was chosen as the main hub. Its location was perfect, almost exactly between East and West. Passengers from Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Americas could all connect through one airport. This allowed the airline to fill seats faster, offer more destinations, and operate more efficiently. The hub-and-spoke model became the backbone of Qatar Airways' growth, where strategy alone was not enough. Qatar Airways made a decision most airlines were afraid to make. It chose quality over speed. While other airlines expanded quickly using older aircraft, Qatar Airways invested heavily in modern planes. It ordered Boeing 777s, Airbus A320s, and later the Airbus A350. These planes were quieter, more comfortable, and more fuel. Passengers could feel the difference the moment they stepped on board. At the same time, Qatar Airways treated service like a weapon. Cabin crew were trained to deliver premium service even in economy class. Smiles were not optional. Clean cabins were a priority. Food quality mattered. Small details mattered. While many airlines were cutting costs, Qatar Airways was investing in the passenger experience. People didn't just fly Qatar Airways, they remembered it. In 2014, the airline gained another powerful advantage. Hamad International Airport opened in Doha. This was not a normal airport. It was designed to impress. Luxury lounges, smooth connections, quiet spaces, and world-class facilities turned transit into comfort. For millions of travelers, Doha became one of the best airports on earth, and Qatar Airways became inseparable from that. Experienced Qatar Airways was also never afraid of bold decisions. It opened routes other airlines avoided. It flew to cities others ignored. During crises, it did not hide. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when most airlines grounded their fleets, Qatar Airways kept flying. It brought stranded people home, delivered medical supplies. Governments trusted Qatar Airways when the world was shutting down. That trust changed how the airline was seen globally. Branding played a major role too. Qatar Airways made sure the world saw its name. It sponsored the FIFA World Cup, major football clubs, and global events. Even people who had never flown the airline recognized the brand. Qatar Airways became a symbol of luxury, reliability, and excellence. Of course, the journey was not easy. The airline faced political tensions, airspace bans, strong competition, and global downturns. But instead of slowing down, Qatar Airways adapted. It found new routes, built new partnerships, changed strategies when needed. Resilience became part of its identity. Awards soon followed. World's Best Airline, Best Business Class, Best Airline Staff Service. These were not marketing tricks. They were the result of years of focus, discipline, and long-term thinking. While other airlines chased short-term profits, Qatar Airways chased perfection, and that is the real reason Qatar Airways won. It combined smart geography, strong leadership, government support, modern aircraft, luxury service, and long-term vision. It refused to accept average. It refused to rush. It refused to compromise on quality. Qatar Airways did not become the world's No.1 airline overnight. It took more than 2 decades of patience, billions in investment, and the courage to think differently. From a struggling airline with old planes to a global aviation icon, Qatar Airways proved one powerful lesson: when quality becomes your identity, success eventually follows. And that is how Qatar Airways became the world's No.1 airline.